Hey everybody, welcome back to Dig It, our video series where I answer your vegetable gardening questions. In the last video, we talked a lot about seed starting, and today we're gonna start with a question that asks for just a little bit more info about that. Tammany said, what is the best way to transition seedlings to the outdoors? So if you're starting seeds indoors, you're working in a very controlled environment. You're controlling the heat and the light, and you're moving your seedlings outdoors to an environment that you can't control. So you need to do this really gently, and you need to acclimate the seedlings to the outdoor conditions, and this is called hardening off. After your seedlings are a good size, large enough to transplant, take them outside a little bit at a time, starting with an hour a day and gradually moving up to all day. You can just move a whole tray out and back daily. Just be mindful of heavy winds or rains in the forecast because you want to ease your seedlings into the outdoors. After your seedlings are hardened off, you can transplant them outside. Now here's a question about soil, which is the most important thing in the garden. The Sotelo family asked, do you recommend different types of soil depending on what you're planting, or does one soil fit all when it comes to vegetables? For the most part, vegetables like the same type of soil. The ideal soil structure is called loam. Loam is loose and crumbly, but it holds together when pressed in your hand. Loam drains well, but it doesn't hold water. You definitely don't want your soil to be holding water when you're growing vegetables. The best soil for vegetables also is going to have a pH of around 6.5. You can improve your soil over time by adding organic matter like compost and shredded leaves. If you're starting a new raised bed or containers rather than growing in the ground, use good quality garden soil or potting soil. If you're starting in the ground and unsure about your soil, do a soil test. Okay, now here's a hot topic. Zero Waste Mom asked, what is the easiest way to set up companion planting in a garden? I loved this method last year, but it took quite a bit of planning to get it right. Companion planting is the practice of pairing plants together to enhance growth and production and to prevent pests and diseases. Companion planting can improve the soil, attract pollinators, create a living mulch or living trellis, and so much more. There's a lot of information out there about companion planting, but my favorite is a new book by Jessica Walliser called Plant Partners, and it presents science-based companion planting information that's been proven. It'll really help you see your garden in a whole new way, and you'll learn a ton from it. I definitely recommend it. Someone also asked last time about planting onions, so I'm going to show you some of the leek and onion seedlings that I've grown indoors and hardened off to be transplanted outside. Start by separating out each seedling to plant individually. Be careful with them and just gently plant the root end in the ground and cover with soil. Space a few inches apart. That's it. I planted leeks this way last year very early in the season, and I was harvesting huge full-size leeks all summer and into fall. Fingers crossed that it works for my onions this year too. If you don't start onions from seed, you can buy seedlings at your garden center and plant them outdoors. You'll plant them the same way, they're just going to be larger and actually easier to transplant. All right, that's it for this episode. What other vegetable gardening questions do you have? Leave them down below in the comments and I may answer your question next time. Happy gardening!